All right, so firstly, I already seen this episode, the episodes. Well, first only thing I want to say is the monster within, the monster. But either way, hey, this is DoctorDead, anime and horror madman, and we got 4 things I want to talk about today. One of which with Blue Lock in this reaction is the current storyline, some of the characters, how long the manga is, and the series will be, future of the series pretty much. He looks badass, but he so far seems like the most timid character. Okay, that's the one. Jingo Raichi, I can't stand his ass. He's annoying as hell. He reminds me too much of, I'm just gonna say it, 'cause I always say his name wrong. Baku! Can't stand him. Sounds just like him. Probably is if I look it up. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, they're overly focused on having a weapon or an ability. It's nice. The smexy ass intro. Now, a couple things I've noticed, which I hope they further explore, are excessive kill shots in this series. It seems like everybody has a special technique, and Asagi's still chasing, what that is outside of his will. Another thing about Blue Lock that I like the most is it's not a typical soccer series or football series, really. If you go into Captain Tsubasa, Whistle, or Giant Killing, they're all generic. We are either in high school or college, or going beyond that to the World Cup. We're a football team that's trying to be the best at our position, and that's it. We're evolved past that position. Basically bring the World Cup back to Japan. That's what the majority of those series are like. Not all of them are like that. Some of them are a little smaller in nature. But this series is basically similar to that, but breaking the concept of what a general football team is supposed to be. That's what I love about it so much. Literally a battling of high-end egos, and it's a whole bunch of strikers, center forwards, really. And the interesting thing to me about this series more so is that the high-end energy in it, although it reminds many of like haikyuu or Kuroko no Basket, for instance, it pretty much puts sports anime on the highlight. A lot of them really, outside of iShield 21, none of them really hit the mark as far as not only high-end quality, but animated visuals that are exaggerated. I mean, you could sit here and use Hajime or Ippo as a reference, but none of them even came close to me up until we got into Kuroko no Basket. And it seemed like the minute, we got animators that are top-notch, they started focusing on making sure these series have the most exaggerated move sets, thought processes, super slow motion, carry out a simple action, or make a goal or a shot, even things that should be in 2 seconds or a millisecond, or shown in slow motion. So that I'm very happy about. I actually hope the series is very successful. Because of the author, I'm also going to review this, so I'm going to kind of shift this content wise. In the future, I'll do them more consecutively, but screams to me as far as a high-end sports series. So we're talking like Kuroko no Basket, and I'm probably pronouncing the hell out of it wrong, but haikyuu, really. Long list of sports series in this case. This is football or soccer in America, basically. Soccer is one of the most popular sports in Japan outside of baseball. I look at interviews, we've seen certain politicians, famous figures. They don't care about anything they've gotten from the rest of the world except, well, basically the sport. So before we get into that, I just wanted to talk about some things really quick. I'm going to react a little bit to episode 4, not too much in detail. I just wanted to talk about a couple things. One of which is that the author here, so I'm butchering the hell out of his name, Muneyuki Kaneshiro, has produced, first of all, he has written Jaagan and a numerous amounts of series. I believe The God's Will, he has a live action adaptation for that. Jaagan needs an anime adaptation. It fucking needs an anime adaptation. Grass Rose, oh my god, that explains so much. I love that series. Now, a lot of artists that write, the amount of work and effort you have to do to be an artist on a weekly serialization basis is extremely damaging, not only to the mind and the body. Just like in any profession, really, you have to constantly mass produce content. I don't know why I said 4-hour days, but 4 hours of sleep a day. So this is somebody that is extremely talented. Not only did I see this coming, but him making a sports series is pretty much spot on from what I expect from him. The same thing in Jaagan, Grass Rose, probably butchering that out as well. But even that series, same thing. He's very consistent when it comes to pushing the envelope, and most importantly, pushing excessive animated visuals and stories. So for him going from a seinen to shonen series when most he does is adult content, last I checked, is crazy. He's way too talented to me, to be honest, as a writer. Now, watching this series, I mean, even before I even get into that, this is somebody that actually is working with the creator of Prison School. Haramoto has done a lot of work. If you're not familiar with Prison School, you should watch the show. It's a very prevalent series in particular. He's one of the few that only did, I don't even know how to explain it more than Me and Devil Blues legend Robert Johnson, his influence in a more fabricated way. I don't know if it was the 1930s or the 1920s, but I've never seen a Japanese man do a story on anybody, black or African, in any context. So seeing that in itself done very well. Unfortunately, I think it was canceled, but very good series. Football is just extremely loved by the Japanese public. They're really starting to show it in their series now, which is why Blue Lock kind of stole my soul there. But I'm going to play, we skipped openings around here. Oh my god. The biggest premise, for the life of me, I cannot remember that gentleman's name in the intro. Hold on. Because we already know about Yoichi Asagi, which I really love, and Meguru Bachira. I'm trying to remember what the hell the name of the announcer is in Blue Lock, though. This is the guy I'm talking about, though. The gentleman I'm talking about, I just, for the life of me, can't remember his fucking name. So Asagi and over 300 plus soccer players are in what I would call a super striker tournament, and their job is to become the best striker of all time. A lot of name drops like Ronaldo and other famous football players, basically to become the best. Now, Asagi's in high school, so he really doesn't have any current showing in the series, and no, I have not read the manga, so don't quote me, don't spoil shit, please. But the only thing he's shown as far as diligence and consistency really is when he uses the inner monster in himself, the drive to win, which seems like a lot of the characters need, whether it be some of their techniques, whether it be focus on the field, see everything in full black and white, the same rules, but everybody just wants to play striker. Well, it's basically the premise of it, is everybody's playing striker instead of the other positions. All right, so I don't remember which episode it was, episode 2 especially, which is what I have here. A lot of the characters were like, you know, I want to be striker, I don't want to be a left fielder, I don't want to be center midfielder, I don't want to be goalkeeper, I don't want to be center back, I don't want to be defensive midfielder. Center forward is pretty much what everybody is looking to be, and they're obsessed with winning, and they're obsessed with becoming the top player and having the recognition. And since a lot of them are in high school or pre-college era, they're trying to be, you know, top notch, get the World Cup. The main goal here is to get someone in Japan that takes them to the world level, or at least a team that takes Japan to a world level, which I think is a very interesting concept. Alright, so before I close this one out here, Muneyuki Kaneshiro has made over 4 to 5 different manga. Like I said before, most of them are written by him, not drawn by him, but he's absolutely very talented when it comes to coming up with concepts. Most of the work I like from him is seinen work, but this series is about 4 to 5 years old. Blue Lock came out on August 1st, 2018. There's about 21 volumes so far, which isn't bad. It's in Weekly Shonen Magazine. I don't know why I thought it was in Jump. I'm like, well, how am I missing this? And honestly, I think this is gonna have, give or take, 3 to 4 seasons. The series is very good, and I honestly hope it lasts for a while. Anyway, DD out.